What do you think you might do next?
My plan over the next several months at least is to reflect, convalesce, get my legs back under me. I'm exhausted.
Well, yeah, you got to
You know,
relax for a little bit, dude, or you're nuts. If you were just like, I'm
yeah.
doing a thing tomorrow, I'd be like, okay, buddy, I'm not like we're not like. If I was like a family member or a very, very close friend who's known you for years, I'd have an intervention and be like, no, dude,
Probably do.
you gotta take a freaking nap. Maybe do some DJing. You gotta unwind a little bit. Go
If there
visit
weren't a
the
pandemic, that's
library.
what I would be doing is DJing, but I
You can
can't
do
do
it
that either,
virtually. You
unfortunately.
can do it virtually. You can do it. Some of my DJ friends, they Instagram it out. You could do that.
Well, I am making some music. I just released a track actually the day that Trump got COVID, titled "Justice" of all
Is
things.
that
It felt very ironic. But yeah, I plan to make some music. I plan to snowboard a little bit if I can get, find a place that's open during the pandemic. I do think that my next phase beyond this for me is, it's unclear. I am exploring a 2022 run. A lot of people have suggested to me something regarding the Senate. I'm skeptical of that, if only because, frankly, I'd really love to see Ro Khanna in the Senate. And he's somebody who I think would have a stronger shot at the seat, either the one vacated by Harris or, one of the ones that's going to come up in the future. There is a very likely possibility that I'll run for the House seat in 2022. I'll be particularly eager to do that if Nancy Pelosi chooses for some reason not to retire. She has pledged to give up the gavel in 2022 without being specific about her plans beyond that. I would love to give her the opportunity to enjoy her retirement and give San Francisco a new voice in Congress, and eager to, whether that's me serving in that role or someone else advocating the principles that I and the movement support, remains to be seen. I'm not sure what the field will look like. One reason I'll put this out there, I ran for Congress particularly because I was misrepresented by the incumbent. And if she does retire, I expect any number of, likely half a dozen people to step into the race. And, most of them are not nearly as far left as me. They do all have established political careers, which would make it challenging to confront them. It might also create opportunities because the careerists will likely split a bunch of votes. And so I'd have a chance to consolidate support perhaps on the left. Lots of factors there. The future remains to be seen.
Well, what about something at a city level? Does that interest you at all? I mean, it seems like you want to stay in electoralism, which you could or you couldn't. I mean, you could go the activist route too. You can go any route you want.
Well, that's where I was just going to go. I came from nonprofits fighting the national security complex.
Right.
And that's what I'm pledged to do. And I only ran for Congress because it would give me more opportunities to do that. Right. So the other way to put it is that I can't fight the CIA or the NSA from City Hall or the school board. So if I was interested in a political career or electoralism, yes, I would do that. But I'm not actually. Those aren't my primary commitments. My primary commitments are to defending the Constitution of the United States and the principal threats to it, among the holes in the colander. People are focused on the courts. Some people are focused on the media. Nobody's focused, or at least nobody in electoral politics is focused on the national security agencies. Ron Wyden to some extent, Justin Amash to some extent, few others. And those are the issues that inspired me to run. I'm an immigrant who saw the role of national security agencies in undermining the security of the United States and subverting its promises with something more authoritarian, or at least the possibility of it. Donald Trump presented a particularly visible threat in how it might grow politicized. With him gone, the looming threat that state omniscience or indefinite detention or arbitrary profiling or the suppression of speech and dissent and transparency and whistleblowers, the threat to democracy that those things present, those also continue to grow and loom. And I'm committed to fighting those. And if that might be, conceivably in some role, relating to journalism, I see you and many of the voices who, have given me opportunities to get our voice out there as, potential role models and helping educate the public. I should say this too. We won 75,000 votes, and that's more than any previous challenger to Pelosi by far in her 30-year career. And so I'm proud of that. One of the functions, this was a thing that was lost on my staff during the primary. One of the functions of the campaign is to educate the electorate. This is why a debate, frankly, would be such an important thing for the community to understand how we've been represented in Washington. And I'm very proud to have played that role, I think, quite effectively. I've gotten a lot of feedback from a lot of different people and a lot of different channels at a lot of different times, saying different versions of, I never realized XYZ until I heard it from you. Or, I learned about this or that from hearing your voice. And, if there's anything I can share that helps people better understand the landscape of the issues we confront or the history or adds a layer or a lens to their established analysis. I'm humbled to offer that. And could be the case that, you know, a media platform combining house music and political commentary and interviews with insightful people, perhaps like yourself, you know, that might be a possible future. Again, I don't know. I know I'm going to be taking some time off to try to figure it out, get my feet under me. And
oh yeah,
see.
dude, you got to reset. I mean, you've earned that. You got to reset a little bit.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your